Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Micah. I got this request a million times in my description and in my DMs to talk about how to get your clientele when you're barely starting off with your body contouring business. So if you're interested in how to gain your body contouring clientele, stay tuned to this video, subscribe before you leave, and let's get to it. So first things first, when you are trying to get your clientele, the number one thing is make sure that you're reasonable with your pricing. In the beginning, you want to always try to get bookings with models, I should say. So basically, for an example, when I first started my business, I would kind of give like a cheap model pricing just to build my clientele. So that's the number one thing you have to do, is build your clientele. And when you build your clientele, do not put anything crack priced up on the internet. Literally, no one's going to take you seriously, especially if you just started. You need to be more reasonable to build your clientele in order to attract customers. So for example, if you know that you want your pricing to be, let's say, $100 per session, for model pricing, you need to, just to build your clientele, I know it sounds low, but you need to do pricing for like $30 for a model, sometimes even free for a model. You have to start somewhere in order to build your clientele, and that would definitely pull them in more. So another thing I want to talk about is advertising. You have to definitely know how to advertise your business. You don't always have to pay anybody. You can do it yourself, and I will show you guys how. When I say advertising, I don't mean just advertising on your story, type in the little story stuff. I mean full-blown advertising. Advertising honestly needs quality, so you're gonna have to download apps. You can download free apps, you can download apps that only cost like $2 a month and stuff like that, but you need to get creative with advertising, because how I pulled my customers in were from all advertising. Like, I advertised the heck out of my page. Like, people got annoyed, but I consistently advertised. You have to make things look pretty. That's just how society is. You have to make things look cute, pretty, digital. You have to do all of that to reel people in. It's sad, but it's kind of like YouTube, like how thumbnails kind of grab people's attention. When you have a new business and you want people to come in, you can't do no dry, little, ugly, boring posts. You literally have to put in work. For everything. As much as work that you put in for your business, you have to put in for your advertising. Advertising is everything, like seriously. So I'm going to list some of the advertising apps that I use right here that you guys could use. But girl, you need to sparkle it up, make it cute, and I promise you, you will get more people, at least more interested in what you're doing for body contouring. Okay, so let's say you got your first client. Let's say you got your first handful of clients, 5 clients. You need to add some type of incentive, kind of use your clients to get yourself out there. So for instance, on a few of my water bottles, I'll probably have a video here, I put in the beginning, not forever, refer a friend, get a free session. So people want free sessions. So you have to kind of figure out ways to use your clients in order to get yourself out there too. Whether that's a punch card, whether that's a free session, or 50% off a session if you bring someone or something like that, you can always kind of use your clients. And that's kind of what I did in the beginning. I used them as advertisement as well, and that helped, because who doesn't want a free session? Like, some of my OG clients literally brought me the clientele that I have now. So think about that. Think of an incentive, and I promise you it will work. This one was pretty new to me, but it worked, because I got maybe like 3 or 4 clients from this. But get you some business cards. Go to local places that you know that are high traffic, like hair salons or anything that you know that people kind of constantly go to, and ask them if you can put your business cards there, if you can put your brochures there. That really helps, because you know there's kind of like always like a little area where people could put their cards. So one day I actually went and was like, can I put my cards here? And sometimes I come back and check to see how many people took the cards, and I got about 4 clients from those cards. And I asked them too, especially, that's one thing you need to do when you get clientele, is ask them, how did you hear about me? Where did you figure out that I was doing body contouring? And 4 of my clients actually told me they picked up a business card from a local beauty supply, and I was like, it worked. You can also bring some business cards to you, like when you're grocery shopping, or if you're at the mall and you know how like there's a huge parking lot, I would kind of slip my business cards in like little door windows. I know it's tricky, I know it's a little like but I would kind of just put my business cards in like the windshields. Or I know it sounds annoying, but honestly, if you want to get your clientele up there, there's no such thing as annoying because you're advertising yourself, you're walking advertisement. So you got to do your part as well as all the digital work. You can do the digital work and stuff, but you also need to do physical advertising. Now this one is one of my favorites because I definitely think it works. It's worth the risk, it's worth your money. But using advertisement on Facebook and Instagram, those are one of the things that I do daily. Not really daily, but I do like weekly, is I advertise my social media. I spend about maybe $3 a day, and I'll probably run it for about 4 days or something, just to kind of push it out. And make sure you push it out to your local area. If you're doing body contouring, you don't want to set your audience, because it gives you an option to set your audience. You don't want to set your audience to LA or New York. You want to set your audience to your actual city. It's not going to make any sense to set your audience to other places just for them to see you. You need to set the audience to your city just so those people can see you, and it'll be easier obviously for them to come to you. So that's one of the things that really helped me, is advertising and paying for it. Sometimes it takes money to make money, and I can honestly say that it definitely helped me get myself out there. You know, people see it, people comment, people ask questions, and I feel like it's just a good thing to do. As you can see, the point of this video is advertising yourself. That's like the major thing for you to get clientele. Another thing that I would advise is when you do use your Instagram and you post your, models and before and afters, Google some good hashtags. Those hashtags will really work. And use local hashtags, whether you tag the same businesses as you. Just literally kind of overload on the hashtags, because that helps a lot, because it also gets you out there. People who want body contouring, sometimes they look up the hashtag and you might pop up. Use those hashtags, use those tools, because all of it works out. Is to, if you have a business account, whether that's a Facebook or Instagram, make sure your Instagram aesthetic is up to par. It's sad, some people do visit profiles, see that it looks crazy. I just honestly learned about this. Some people think that it's crazy, looks at it and like, go to the next. Make sure that it's aesthetically pleasing, whether that's the colors, whether that's the layout. That really is important when drawing in customers. They want to see the same everything. They want to see how your before and after pictures look, if this has a watermark, if this doesn't have a watermark. You want everything to be professional, so make sure everything kind of flows. I will do an in-depth video on how I started to make my Instagram look a little more aesthetically appealing, but that definitely helps. And last but not least, I know this is like a weird topic, but some people overcharge just because they can overcharge, and you don't get that much clientele. When you're first starting off, do not start off like you just that bitch. Please, you need to start off at a reasonable, affordable price. Don't sell yourself low, less, or whatever, however they say it, but definitely don't start at a ridiculously crack price session. Some people out here be charging $300 for one session and wonder why they don't get as much clientele as they would like, versus someone who charges, $100 for a session or something, or $80 for a session. They get more clientele because that person's like, hold on, they're more affordable, their results are good, I'm definitely going to refer them. So definitely think about your pricing when it comes to starting off a body contouring business, because it's getting more popular now and people are getting more smarter. No one's going to want to keep paying all these high prices just to get body contouring. So maybe later on in your business, but when you're first starting off, keep it humble. So I hope that you guys enjoyed these tips. I will have a tips part 2. I'll have a video part 2 on this because I have different little other secrets that I know that I've been applying to my own business. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe, of course. Follow my Instagram, follow my business account too, just so you guys can keep up to date, and also follow my regular account as well. I enjoyed this video and I hope that you enjoyed it too, and without further ado, I will see you guys in my next video.